All right, friends, it's your boy, Mr. Shagney, coming at you with the homework answer key with explanations and just a few reminders. So it says, there's a closed carton of eggs in Principi's refrigerator. The carton contains E eggs and it can hold 12 eggs. So we know that E represents eggs in this scenario. It says, what does the inequality E is less than 12 mean in this context? In this context, it means that the egg carton has fewer than 12 eggs. So the egg carton has fewer than 12 eggs. What does the inequality E is less than 0 mean in this context? Well, in this situation, I'm pretty sure I made an error, so I'm going to have to clarify that in class and change the sign that E has to be greater than 0 because there's no such thing as having negative eggs. I mean, you just don't have any, right? You can't have a number that's less than that, so I made a boo-boo there. So in this context, the egg carton has more than 0 eggs. And then the C says, what are some possible values of E that will make both E is less than 12 and E is greater than 0 true? 1. Right? I can have 1 egg that's less than 12 and that's greater than 0. I can also say 2, I can also say 3, I could say 4, I could say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All those are possible values. Here's a diagram of unbalanced hanger. Write an inequality represent the relationship of the weights. Use S to represent the weight of one square, in grams, and C to represent the weight of one circle. So in this situation, the circle is dragging the square down, so S is less than C. One red circle weighs 12 grams, so I'm going to rewrite that. S is less than 12. Could 0 be a value of S? Could the square weigh 0? No. The square is an object and all objects have weight. Even if it's minuscule, it still has some weight. Right? Looking at the next page, it says Eli has more than $10. Lola has more money than Eli. So if Eli has, so we know that Eli is greater than 10, right? I'm going to use letters for these people. Lola has more money than Eli. So if Eli has greater than 10, then we also know that Lola is greater than 10, right? Because she should have more money than him. And so that means that she has more money than this situation. Mark has more money than Lola. So Mark has the most money, right? But that also means that if Eli is greater than 10, Lola has to be greater than 10, Mark has to be greater than 10 because Lola has more money than Eli, Mark has more money than Lola, so all those statements are true already. Let T be the amount of money that Eli has. Let E be the amount of money that Lola has, and let M be the amount of money that Mark has. So I did not change this, so let's say this is Eli, so he's T. Lola is E, and I should have been better about that, and then Mark is M still. So in this situation, T is greater than 10, E is greater than 10, and M is greater than 10. So I apologize for that. I did not read the question all the way. That happens. So this one says T is less than J. Well, there was not even a J in the problem, and so that's just not even there. M is greater than 10. Well, I know that Mark has more than $10, so I'm going to select that because that's a true statement. E is greater than 10. E represents the amount of money Lola has. That's also greater than 10. T is greater than 10. Eli has more than $10, and we know that, so we're going to circle that. E is greater than M, so this is what so can Lola have more money than Mark? So can Lola have more money than Mark? No, it tells us that Mark should have more money than Lola. Can Lola have more money than Eli? Yes, that is a true statement. So we know that Lola has more money. So basically it goes like, she's in the middle, he's the farthest, right? So if you consider this as a number line, right? This is $10, and then she's in between these two, so she can have more money than him, and Mark has the most. Right, so those are your true statements for that problem. I know that I used some funky letters at first, but then I went back and reread it, so my apologies there. It says Claire is taller than David. David is 54 inches tall, 4 feet 6 inches. Write an equality that compares Claire's height in inches, J, to David's height. So in this problem, what we're going to do is we know that Claire is taller than David. David is 54 inches tall. Write an equality that compares Claire's height. So she's taller than him. So what I could say is that Claire is greater than 54 inches, because that's taller than him. I could also use the 4 feet is 6 inches, but I don't need to, so that's basically it. J is greater than 54. Makes sense. Which is greater? Negative 9/10 or 5/10, or negative 5/10? Explain how you know. Well, in this situation, both of these, right? Both of these are negative, right? And what we know about negative numbers is that the further away they are from 0, the smaller they actually are. So in this situation, you need to know 9/20. So I'm going to do 9 inside, this fraction in, denominator out. I cannot divide currently, so I'm going to add a decimal point and put a 0 there. 20 into 90 is 3 times. No, 20 into 90 is not 3 times, it's 4 times, my bad. And then that's 80. My brain is not working this morning. 80, you're left with 10. Bring out a 0, 45. So this is negative 45 hundredths compared to negative 5/10, right? In this situation, you're looking at the first digit of this number, and because this one's a 4 and this one's a 5, this one's closer to 0, and so this one is greater. Negative 9/20 is greater. Negative 9/20 is larger because it is to the right of negative 5/10 on the number line. So my apologies there. We're getting there almost. So here's a picture of a balanced hanger. It shows that the total weight of the 3 triangles is the same weight as the 4 squares. What does this tell you about the weight of 1 square when compared to 1 triangle? Well, this should tell you that it takes that if 3 of these, right, are the same weight as 4 of these, then that means that these weigh less than this because it takes more of these to counter the weight of this, right? So a square is less than a triangle. That's what it tells me. It tells me that the weight of a square, so I'm going to write this out. The weight of 1 square is less than the weight of 1 triangle. So that's what it tells me. So I'm going to scoot that up. So that's what it tells me. The weight of 1 square is less than the weight of 1 triangle because it takes more of them to meet the same weight of a triangle. So that's our homework for today. Hopefully that makes sense. Hope you'll have a nice day.